I almost missed a bleeding train, me. Do you miss the train, Lupo?
Oh,
we're recording.
Take the last train to Blackpool, and I'll meet you at the tower. I'll be there by 2:30. I am still in the shower. No, no, no. Oh yes, yes, yes. It was the last train to Blackpool, and the ass is gonna kill me. I don't care if she gets a rolling pin. It might just thrill me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, no, no, no.
Tonight we examine the legend of the Rubbles, the Filed Coast Four. Four boys from Blackpool who shocked the world. The Rubbles were formed in this very spot in 1962, when Dougie Rubble, Lupo Lexington, Slate McLeod, and the man only known as the Delivery Man formed the Rubbles. Less than 2 years later, Rubble Mania had taken over the world.
We came here at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 to see them, and all they do is push you farther and farther away, and then they don't even let you see them.
The funny thing was, even though they called us the Filed Coast Four, there was only one of us who was actually from Blackpool. Isn't that right, Dougie? Isolate, it is right. It was Lupo.
Originally formed as a five-piece band known as the Silver Rubbles, they played their first gigs in Amsterdam as a way of funding a rather large bar bill collected over 3 nights by Dougie. After being threatened with a kneecapping by a Dutch gangster, the Filed Four took to the stage with some instruments and played what was to become the Rubbles' first live concert. Original fifth member, Brannigan Catnap, was ejected from the group almost before it started. He was never on time for any of their gigs, always arriving at the end. And for 3 years, the rest of the band thought he was, in fact, dead.
The last time I saw Brannigan, he knocked at my door in 1974, asking when time next gig was. I said, you missed it, mate. You missed the boat again.
Now, yesterday and today, our theater's been jammed with newspapermen and hundreds of photographers from all over the nation, and these veterans agree with me that the city never has witnessed the excitement stirred by these youngsters
From Blackpool,
who call themselves the
Rubbles.
Now, tonight, you're going to twice be entertained by them. Right now, and again in the second half of our show. Ladies and gentlemen,
the Rubbles!
When the dawn comes up like a teenage scream, the arrival of the froggy-voiced foursome is imminent. The cries of the crowd grow in pitch and volume, drowning out the whine of the jet engines. And here they are, fresh from their triumphant appearances in the United States. 12,000 young Britons roar a welcome. Their shrieks rise in an awesome wave. Our staff scientist, in an odd moment, calculated that this young mob is generating enough energy to put 3 Atlas missiles in orbit and power 54,000 transistor radios.
I never really understood what all the fuss was about, to be honest. We were just 4 young lads enjoying the music. Still, I do have to say, it beats deliveries.
And all seemed to be going well in the world of the Rubbles until they were caught off guard by a threatening lawsuit from the Small Faces.
Yeah, we never nicked a song at all, to be honest with you. I don't know what they're on about. I admit there was some vague similarities between the 2 tracks, but that's about it. Yeah, we never nicked it, honest. It was just based on true story. It was late afternoon one day. We're coming home from Chippy, and we just got takeaway. Next thing, DJ Boone runs past, steals my takeaway, and runs away. That's what gave us the idea for a song, isn't it, Slate? Yeah, that was basically it, Dougie. The thieving sod. Gravy Monday afternoon. We had no time for curry. Stole my chips and ran away. Stole my chips and ran away. Stole my chips and ran away. Yeah, dude, come back with chips, you robbing bastard.
As the Rubbles grew in popularity, the marketing bandwagon ramped up in size, and soon high street stores across the globe were packed with Rubbles memorabilia. It was impossible to go shopping without spotting Rubbles mugs, Rubbles badges, Rubbles jigsaws, more Rubbles mugs, Rubbles board games, Rubbles wigs, Rubbles shirts, and yet more Rubbles mugs.
Internal problems in the band were starting to cause difficulties. Dougie and Lupo were often seen arguing over musical differences.
Lupo, when are you going to finish that song? It's like 3 weeks overdue now since we told record company you'd have it finished.
It's not finished yet. It's taken me too long.
Yes, I can see it's not finished yet. It doesn't look like you've even started it properly. What have you been doing? Too much time spent smoking that flaming pipe.
It's not rush anyway. It's just.
What do you mean there's no rush?
Well, I should finish soon anyway. I should finish it soon.
Well, you better flame it. I'd finish it soon. A record company got a pull deal.
So probably next time you see me, you could possibly see some progress being made.
Possibly? What are you on about? Come here, you stupid Spanish. Ah! Give it up, Lupo. I'll batter you. Ah! Ah!
Yeah! Ah! Yeah!
In order to patch up their differences, Dougie insisted the band take a much-needed holiday.
Okay, boys, well, we do have 1 hour to wait before Mystical Bus arrives, so I suggest we go in pub, but just have 1 beer each. We don't want to get ratted, it'll spoil tour.
Dougie, it says strictly no alcohol.
I know that, Slate, but I don't think they'll mind if we just have 1 each.
So, Slate, I'm in the mood, thank God. Wild.
Roll up for the Mystical Piss-Up Tour. Step right this way. Roll up for the Mystical Tour. Roll up for the Mystical Tour. And there's an invitation. Roll up for the Mystical Tour. To make a reservation, roll up for the Mystical Tour. Me Mystical Piss-Up Tour will get you plastered today. These 3 sheets to the wind, people will say. Roll up for me Mystical Tour. Roll up for me Mystical Tour. We've got everything you need. Roll up for me Mystical Tour. Satisfaction guaranteed. Roll up for me Mystical Tour. Me Mystical Piss-Up Tour will get you plastered today. These 3 sheets to the wind, people will say. A Mystical Tour. Roll up for the Mystical Tour. Roll up for the Mystical Tour. And that's an invitation. Roll up for the Mystical Tour. To make a reservation, roll up for the Mystical Tour. The Mystical Piss-Up Tour will get you plastered today. These 3 sheets to the wind, people will say. The Mystical Piss-Up Tour will get you hammered today. You'll be throwing up in the fog by the end of the day.
Between 1962 and 1969, the Rubbles released 12 studio albums, 13 EPs and 22 singles, all of which had global chart success. Squabbling in the studio, however, produced 22 Black Eyes, 12 broken ribs and resulted in 13 court cases. By the time the Rubbles' 9th album was released, Golden Mile, rumours were abound that Dougie had already left the band and was living in a caravan in Llandudno with Marianne Faithfull.
But there is one thing I do every night. I'm out
It's the Dick Shafto Show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dick Shafto Show. I'm your host with the most Dicky Dick Shafto, and I'm here tonight with those boys from Blackpool. Let's hear it for the Rubbles. Hey Dougie, do you like Dick?
Huh?
I said, do you like Dick?
I don't like Dick, and I don't like being shafted either.
Lupo, do you like Dick?
I don't know.
We all love you, Dick. Now get on with it, will you?
Okay, folks, we're here today because the boys have some breaking news, don't you, boys?
Yes, we're going to be making a TV series.
Wonderful news, just wonderful news. I bet all the people at home just can't wait to see it, you dick. Okay, so what's it gonna be called? Then again, no, don't tell me, let me guess. At home with the Rubbles?
No.
In bed with the Rubbles?
No.
Holiday on the Rubbles? No. Carry on rubbling?
No, it's just called the Rubbles. Why don't you call yourself Richard?
Because I like Dick. Whether Dick or Richard, good luck with your dilemma.
Here we come, walking down the street. We get the funniest looks from everyone we meet. Hey, hey, we're the Rubbles. People say we rubble around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down. We go where we want to, do what we like to do. We don't have time to get restless, there's always something new. Hey, hey, we're the Rubbles. People say we rubble around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down. We're just trying to be friendly. Come and watch us sing and play. We're the young generation, and we've got something to say. Anytime or anywhere, just look over your shoulder, I guess it will be standing there. Hey, hey, we're the Rubbles. People say we rubble around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down.
The Rubbles' expansive 1967 world tour had taken its toll on the final four, and they retired to the studio to record what was to become one of their most prolific albums yet. Influenced by the strange herbs Lupo had recently been smoking in his pipe, the Rubbles wrote and produced a psychedelic mix of songs, the likes of had so far been unheard of in musical history. In late 1967, the release of Captain Rubbles' noisy Farts Club band proved an instant chart success, and was described by Rolling Stone magazine as the most important rock and roll album ever made.
It was 20 years ago today. Captain Rubble taught his band to play. They've been going in and out of style, but they're guaranteed to raise a smile. So may I introduce to you the active for all these years, Captain Rubble's Noisy Farts Club Band. We're Captain Rubble's Noisy Farts Club Band. We hope you will enjoy the show. We're Captain Rubble's Noisy Farts Club Band. Sit back and let the evening go. Captain Rubble's Noisy, Captain Rubble's Noisy, Captain Rubble's Noisy Farts Club Band. Wonderful to be here, it's certainly a thrill. You're such a lovely audience, we'd like to take you home with us. We'd love to take you home. I don't really want to start the show, but I thought you would like to know that the singer's going to sing a song, and he wants you all to sing along. So let me introduce to you the one and only Dougie Rubble, Captain Rubble's Noisy Farts Club Band.
As a thank you to many of their loyal local fans, the Rubbles put on a live concert on top of the old Woolworths building on Blackpool Front. Unfortunately, the concert didn't go quite as expected.
Everything was going well, that gig on top of the old Woolworths building. And then Dougie decided to bugger it all up. He had 3 bottles of Toro Loco, 2 Curly Whirlies, and a sherbet dip. I think it was a sherbet dip that put him over the top. First of all, he just lost his lyrics altogether and started making words up. Before you know it, he was a gunner.
Flew on into Blackpool Beach on Ryanair. Extra baggage costs all round. I mowed the battle legroom to the stewardess, but the in-flight magazine was sound the back of the Golden Mile, yeah. It always makes me smile, yeah. Back on the Golden Mile. Love and peer pleasure beach, there's lots to do. Winter guns, here I come. Kiss me quick, I'm sick of rock. And it's a train ride to the nearest slum. I'm back on the Golden Mile. It always makes me smile, yeah. Back on the Golden Mile. Well, the wild coast girls really knock me out. They leave the rest behind. The Fleetwood girls make me swing and chant. The Dougie's always on my mind. Oh, come on now. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey. Aston's gonna kill me tonight. Oh, hey. Aston's gonna give me a fright. I'm back on the Golden Mile, yeah. It always makes me smile, yeah. Back on the Golden Mile. Oh, crikey!
Luckily, by an amazingly fortuitous coincidence, Dougie landed on a lorry carrying old mattresses to Blackpool Tip. However, he was still severely injured and unable to perform with the band for several months.
Hey, you filthy turncoat, Slate, I knew you'd blame me. It wasn't my fault at all. It was Lupo's pipe. It was making me feel all dizzy. Well, it's a 1 for the money, a 2 for the show.
This was the end for the Rubbles. Dougie blamed Slate, Slate blamed Dougie, delivery man blamed Lupo, and Lupo was having bugger all to do with any of it. It became the parting of the ways for the Rubbles.
Me down, step on my face, slander my name all over the place.
I have to say, although I do miss the huge amounts of money, the women, the private jet plane, and the drugs and alcohol, I have to say that nothing beats the look on someone's face when making a successful delivery.
Hi tubers, how are you doing? Listen, I'm smoking these pipe tobacco for the first time. This is a MacBaron's 7 Series Golden Blend. That's the way it's called. I'm trying it for the first time.
Oh, hello, Slate. What are you doing here in Aldi car park? I've not seen you for ages. Oh, alright, Dougie. I'm just trying to make myself a few quid, mate. I've fell on hard times since the Rubbles broke up.
Ugh. Well, surely you can do better than this, begging in Aldi car park. You can't even play piano. That's a tape recorder under there, isn't it?
Alright, don't tell everyone, Doug.
Why don't you come home with me? I've got a club now. It's called Soul Mods. Have you ever done any DJing, Slate?
Can't say I have, Dougie. I'd probably be crap at it, to be honest.
Oh, don't let that bother you. They're all crap.
Not sure it could work for you, Dougie.
Oh, don't be daft. It's got to be better than this. Besides, that's
See as if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky.
Boy, hang on, delivery man. Wait a minute. Delivery man, get your ass back here now. Don't be disappearing, you've got a parcel in that van for me. Been waiting all day for that parcel, it's critical I get it today. So many days you passed me by, a tier building in me bionic eye. It's an eBay auction that I didn't lose. I'm waiting on a pair of new Calvin shoes. Why don't you check in your van to see? In case there's a parcel for flaming me. Could be from Amazon or eBay too. Just look in flaming van.